question. When did you venture into commercially presenting video as well as still images? How did that come about?
It really was just post COVID. So many clients were needing video.
Mhm.
The photo industry has changed a lot
Yeah.
in different iterations in different ways over the last 5 or 10 years. And one of the biggest things is photo and video getting combined
Yes.
onto the same shoots. And so then that can happen in several different ways, which, now it's photographers, they can sometimes they have to piggyback off of big video shoots. Sometimes it's the opposite where a client wants a photo shoot, but they want to add some video to it.
Right.
Sometimes it's a little bit of this, that. So I started having a lot of clients reach out to me and saying like, oh, we're spending 25, 30, 40 grand on a photo shoot. What does it take to add video to this?
Mhm.
And so I started realizing when I was saying no, I was losing work. And I love photography and I would always do it, but I also love making money and having a career. And, it's one of those things for me, I thought I had to adapt and learn. And so I just started saying yes. And again, just hiring the right people to put in,
Right.
hiring a producer who knows how to produce motion sets and how to budget those appropriately, and
Right.
hiring a good DP that's a good camera operator, and really just be a curator and a director rather than having to be like know all the technical aspects of video. And granted, there's a lot of people who are really great motion directors and DPs. It's such a the ceiling is so high on that. But for
Right.
the clients that reach out to me, I'm very confidently able to fulfill their needs.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine that's influenced by the need to not only have stills, but video for social media. So, on that end, how do you promote yourself through social media? What's your strategy? Do you have a consistent strategy, or is it what is your thinking on that?
Yeah, I try to. I mean, for one, I don't really share too much about my like personal interests. I'll share behind the scenes, and sometimes, obviously, I share a little bit of who I am, or I'll, just so
Sure.
people have context of who I am. But that's really important to me. And then I try and be consistent. I schedule out posts. I'll spend a day, usually every month, to schedule out posts for the next month or two, so that posting looks routine and active. I'm always showcasing and sharing like who's involved in the shoot, so that that the community gets recognition, but
Uh-huh.
also people see that who's working and who's a part of the stuff that I'm creating.
Yeah.
Because again, it's not just me. But yeah, especially in this day and age, it's a free marketing tool. Like,
Right.
not every photographer gets money or opportunity from social media, but I know some who do, and it costs nothing. I mean, it costs your time for sure,
Right.
but even that's pretty marginal compared to what real marketing costs can be.
Oh, no, of course. And I noticed that too with your website. Like the one website has a lot of your commercial work, and then somehow I clicked through and I found your landscape. So
Oh,
it's like it's another site. So I think it makes it, if you separate things, it makes it less confusing for a client who's looking just for commercial work,
mhm.
and you can always give them the link. So is that sort of the strategy of what you've done with your website?
Yeah, and I mean, to be transparent, so I have 3 websites.
3. Okay.
Yeah, and so it's kind of speaking about that small market, big market thing. Here in Phoenix, it's a small market, and a lot of the creative want more, how do I say this? Less bold or less risky style photography. Very commercially viable images that they can plug and play into all their different,
Right.
clients. And so I have my site that caters to that. It's very clean, it's very commercial, it's less artistic. And that has been a decision more recently because I do have a couple of photographer friends here who are like, I have one photographer friend who's, I think, a far better photographer than me. I think he's a great photographer. I mean, it's about 10 years my senior, but he doesn't get as much work as I do because I think a lot of creatives here have a hard time registering where to put him.
Right.
He can, he has all the technical skills I can do. He can do it. They just don't see that he can do it because they see just the more artistic, creative
Right.
approach. So I have a website that caters to that. I run Google ads. I market myself to be searched locally, and
Mhm.
that's what I sell myself here for. And then I have another site that's more creative that I'll use to when I do portfolio reviews or when I set up meetings like in New York or Chicago. I'll show them that website. If I'm going to Leo Burnett or these big ad agencies or Peloton, like
Mhm.
I show them this stuff because they know that you can do the work.
Right,
Look, they're flushing out 1,000 photographers. They know you can do it. They wanna see who you are and what you can do uniquely.
right.
And so sometimes it's learning what market are you in and then catering to that, because sometimes the 2 worlds don't meet and it can be hard.